following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Barry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
Here are Mickey Spagnola, Brian Broaddus, Rob Phillips, and Bill Jones.
And welcome into Talkin Cowboys inside the SWBC Mortgage Studio here at the Star in Frisco. Rob Phillips hosting for the great Bill Jones today. Brian Broaddus across the table from me. Mickey Spagnola to my right. Happy Thursday to everybody. How are you gents doing today?
Doing well.
Great.
Well. Yep.
Cowboys practicing inside on this Thursday, a cloudy day here in Frisco, Texas. And the New York Jets are up next. 3:25 p.m. kickoff Central Time at the Meadowlands this Sunday. And we're going to continue breaking down that matchup over the next 45 minutes. If you want to give us a call, 888-855-2297 is the number. We've talked to quite a bit of Jets so far this week.
Yeah.
We can continue looking at some of those key matchups. I know, Brian, you've identified 3 key guys to watch.
Yeah.
Any of those really strike your fancy that the Cowboys got to pay attention to this week?
Yeah, to me, I always worry about a guy like Le'Veon Bell, and I know Mickey's been absolutely right talking about the struggles with their offensive line, their inability to really run the football, but you just worry about a player with that kind of ability. Not only maybe he pops one through there and all of a sudden they get a little momentum. Maybe they throw him the ball in the flat and you don't tackle very well. Maybe they get down in the red zone and they flip it to him and on one of those misdirection flip plays, and he runs in. Those are the kinds of things. He is a better back than what you saw with Aaron Jones. The problem is their offensive line is not as good as the Green Bay Packers. That worries me a little bit. Maybe they get him going. Maybe the Cowboys don't tackle well again. Maybe they don't get off blocks well enough. Maybe they don't do the fundamental things that they've been needing to do to win these games that they just don't. They don't execute well enough, and then there's a problem right there because then you've got a quarterback that's willing to make some throws down the field. He'll use Jamison Crowder on some of this stuff. It's a matchup I wrote about today with him and Anthony Brown. But, yeah, I worry about Le'Veon Bell getting some things going from their offense, getting their quarterback back, and then putting a little pressure on the Cowboys that way. Let's see if the Jets can block up front. They've had huge problems doing that. If they can, then this game will be a lot closer than it should be.
Mick, Le'Veon Bell's been their guy on offense, both in terms of probably schemed that way and a bailout guy in the passing game as well.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of worry more about dumping off passes to him, and getting them out in space.
Yeah,
because they're having trouble on their offensive line, like Brian said. They've changed up a little. I saw where Alex Lewis was taken over for Assembly. He didn't practice yesterday. He's been out with a shoulder injury. I don't know how to say the guy's name. Adoga took over for Brandon Shell. So they've got changes going on that offensive line. And I didn't realize that we were talking about them giving up 23 sacks. And I don't know, how much this has been on Falk. He got sacked 10 times last week.
Yeah.
He got hit 16 times.
Yeah.
Not good.
So no wonder the guy threw 2 interceptions.
You got that team next week, by the way, Philadelphia.
Yeah, and had 5 passes defensed.
Yeah.
One worry at a time,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But, yeah, if they can't block any better than that, so, he's – now, with Darnold there, maybe that, you get a different dimension at quarterback and you can't concentrate so much on stopping the run. Because they haven't been able to run the football.
No, they've loaded up against
even
them.
with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's almost like, with that guy in there, it's like, okay, you can beat us, go ahead and beat us, but that guy ain't going to beat me. And I think it's a different story with Darnold.
Yeah.
You mentioned some of their injuries up front. What does the Cowboys' injury report look like as they get back to practice today?
Well, neither tackle is expected to play. So Cam left and
or practice or play.
Play in practice today.
Practice today.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, you got Cam left and Brandon Knight right. I still think their original thought was for Tyron Smith to practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see if he
I totally agree with you on that.
If he does that, then he plays on Sunday.
Right.
And it sounded like if he plays on Sunday that Cam Fleming's the right tackle the way the head coach was talking.
Mickey's absolutely right here. He's absolutely right. The plan all along, I believe, was to give Tyron Smith a couple of days to continue to rehab, rest, heal up on the ankle, work with Britt Brown, and then get him out there on Friday. A little bit shorter practice, about 30 minutes shorter than they normally go. Get him going, get him off his feet, but play him at left tackle. So the questions that we had for Jason Garrett in the walk-off were talking about what would be the situation at right tackle. And he identified, Mickey, correct me if I'm wrong, he identified Cam Fleming as his swing tackle. So even though Cam Fleming has been practicing all week at left tackle, then if Collins does not go, which I don't think he's going to go, then Cam Fleming is going to be your right tackle. Now, that's his job. He's got to know the right side. He's got to know the left side. But in practice, even when they were all healthy, Cam Fleming goes in there and plays reps for Collins at right tackle. He gets to work with Zach Martin over there. He gets to work last week. He got work with Connor Williams. So as a swing tackle, you have to be able to play both sides, and you have to be able to, when you say, okay, I'm left tackle today, got to think about my left tackle plays. When I'm right tackle, I've got to know those side of the plays too. My footwork's different. My angles are different. My eyes are different. So these are all things you have to flip your brain to do, and that's why he has the gig as the swing tackle, because he's capable of doing those things.
And he mentioned that last week that he gets work in practice even when both tackles are healthy.
He does.
And that's where experience comes in with him, right? Over a Brandon Knight. The
Right.
fact that he's played, we've talked about the Super Bowl and all that. He played right tackle.
I'm not saying that again. Mickey gave me the death stare when I did it last time.
I kind of did that for you.
I just love that. I just hope his results are different.
Yeah.
Well, and that's, I was asked this morning on 105.3 which guy would I go with. I agree with what, the concerns that Mickey has. I mean, he's not wrong about Cam Fleming and some of the chaos that